Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mondays at Momsters. Today I am joined by the lovely Snowfox, Australia. Hello, how are you?
What?
That's promising.
Hi. Wasn't humming to myself.
How you doing?
I gotta be honest, I was like, I got a song up because I wasn't sure how long you'd be.
No. I usually go for 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm just listening to a song from a man who has rather attractive hair. He's got that sort of deep voice that you can appreciate.
So it's an
I like bass singers.
so it's an Idris Elba kind of character guy.
Uh, off the top of my head, I can't remember.
It's like
No, there's some a cappella groups I listen to, and like some of them just have really good bass singers. Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Um, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone?
I mean, do you want me to introduce as my streamer name or my character name? Because like, there's a difference technically.
Whatever you prefer.
Cool. Well, I guess for sake of clarity, I usually just go by Snow.
Oh,
While I do have a character with lore, I don't often play off it. Though, if you want a more official name, then yeah, my character goes by, I believe it's Yuki. It's one of the spellings. I've got it written somewhere.
Give me a second.
I hope that helps.
Can you type something in chat?
In which chat?
My Twitch chat, because I need it for a bit for something. Totally not shouting you out.
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
I'm not going to say my message made sense.
Summon the rat of the turkeys.
Look, it's a lot safer than what we went to war with down here.
Yeah, the emus.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, right now I think we're at a war with magpies, but I mean, that one's going a bit better.
Okay.
We've discovered we just put zip ties on bike helmets and they can't really do much.
Question, do you have any hobbies?
Outside of streaming, no.
Streaming is a hobby.
Look, I mean, yeah, streaming is technically the closest I've got to a hobby. I take a weird interest in collecting everything skin-wise related to Ari. That's kind of a hobby.
Yo.
Yeah, look, we don't talk about how long I used to play that game.
It's a virus, so...
Yeah, no. Hobbies-wise, yeah, I guess streaming's probably the main hobby I have, and then there's like... I guess I game in my downtime sometimes. Look, I have a habit of modding something to the point that it won't work.
Oh, yes, that's my favorite pastime, modding something instead of playing
The fact that the game I was playing last RimWorld actually playing last stream-wise runs is a miracle. I may be approaching a bit over 200 mods for that game.
Honestly, modding instead of playing sometimes is more fun.
Oh no.
I've
Sorry, I'm like reading your chat at the same time.
Don't worry about it. But yeah.
No. So yeah, look, the only thing I'll promise you for this stream is I will try to avoid the Aussie greeting.
Don't worry. We had a text
Can't
in
be
our
worse than
chat.
some things.
No, we had someone from Florida. I'm sorry. On here.
Oh, they're just as bad.
No, I think.
Say like the 3 places on Earth you want to worry about. You want to fear the Florida man. You want to fear Australia's animals and trees. Weirdly enough, and then you just want to fear Russian men as well. They're kind of scary too.
I mean,
there's like the three things in the world.
I mean, from what I know, West Coast trees are one of the most dangerous trees out there, especially when it's raining.
Your trees explode?
No, I'm from Europe, but I know there's some trees in the west coast of the US that if you hide under them during a rainstorm, you basically poison yourself.
Oh. You know what? At least they don't blow up. That's look. I'd much rather deal with a poison than be blown up by a tree.
Exploding tree.
Yeah. So you've probably heard of eucalyptus, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that comes from a tree. We have eucalyptus trees, which, funnily enough, koalas seem to like, and because eucalyptus is a natural oil that we use in a lot of things. All it takes is a bit of a fire to get that tree going, and it will start blowing up.
Damn, the Mega Man of trees.
So, if you ever come to Australia, just stay in the city. Just stay in the city. You'll be safe there.
Isn't it like everything that isn't a safe spot tries to kill you?
Well, in fairness, the cities probably aren't safe. I mean, we sometimes have crocodiles just roaming the streets. You can go near them. Just don't. Keep a few meters in case they come at you.
Don't startle them.
Yeah.
Are there...
I just turning a few things down.
I'm very loud. I can shut it.
No. You are fine. So I have a tendency to leave things running because even when I'm doing like DVD and that sort of thing, I tend to have music going as well.
DVD with music, that's the hardest thing to do.
It is not once you realize what you're doing. I like to do is, so you know how most people play Killer and they play it all serious like?
Yeah.
No. What you do is you chuck on some nice electro swing music or some nice jazz. You go in as Killer and you just bob your head along with the music. And if you run into someone, cool.
I don't know what my favorite thing is in DBD. This is always locked in on Demo Gorgon for me. I'm a demo main, by the way.
Yeah, Demo Doggo's fine.
Yeah. The perk that I always run is Medgrid on demo.
That's probably better than what I run.
Hey, it's not for the utility. It's just to like make the survivors be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say it's the expected perk, to say the least. It's this perk you don't see too often.
It's mostly because demo is so loud that you hear the mad crit through the entire map.
Yeah, I suppose when you put it like that.
I've had survivors say, I thought you were cheating.
Yeah, no, that does happen sometimes. I mean, some survivors, weirdly enough, it's actually from the more experienced ones. They're so experienced that they will notice like the slightest change in your speed or something, and it's kind of terrifying.
Like when the demo picks you up, there's no survivor nearby and just spams M1 while running to the hook.
I'm actually glad they're changing some things in the game finally.
I'm glad Demo Gorgon got some buffs. Like, holy shit, having to run Rat Liver the entire time kind of gets annoying.
I mean, Demo did get buffs, yeah, but they're also nerfing a bunch of... Well, not nerfing, they're reworking a bunch of perks soon, so we'll see how that plays out. I don't think they'll kill off Demo, and in fact, a lot of people are currently hoping that they might bring Demogorgon, or they might make a new contract with the creators and allow people to actually buy Demo again.
I mean,
that's the hope.
Right before Demo left the DVD, I was like, okay, now is my chance to just get everything for Demo.
But yeah, no, that's a slight rant on the DVD side.
We're not even at gaming yet.
No, I just it's a topic that comes to mind. Funnily enough, I'm not actually the best person when it comes to the talking side of things.
Don't worry. I can
just ramble on, and I'm aware it gets boring. But fair enough.
On that note, I still think my best stream is a stream that I rented about One Piece for 3 hours for one viewer.
You'd be surprised what people like listening to.
Yeah, but my friend was genuinely like interested in One Piece, and I just went on a 3-hour tangent about One Piece.
You know what? That actually doesn't sound that bad. I could probably do the same thing with another anime. I just trying to think which one it would be. Probably not One Piece. I haven't watched much of One Piece. I'm sorry to disappoint. I am very far behind.
I'd say I'd recommend it, but then again, the anime is over 1,000 episodes.
I'm aware, but in saying that, I've gone through shows with about 200 episodes in a couple days, so
Oof.
give me a month and I can probably get through it.
Mm. But
You
yeah,
just won't hear from me for a month. I'll just cut off society.
I wish I had the power to watch anime because I'm still like after 6, 7, 8 months still going through Black Lagoon.
That's a short one though.
Yeah,
You know what? Fair enough.
I have a short
Fair enough.
attention span.
A lot of people seem to these days. They're we're all poisoned by the world, all this media, and I absolutely refuse to use TikTok because which I find stupid at this point because I've actually been enjoying like YouTube Shorts,
Yeah, same.
which is very short form content. I enjoy it, but I also still enjoy watching long form content. So
I mean, I don't use it either, but I know people are starting to realize like, damn, TikTok is cringe. Why did we cancel Vine?
because Vine actually had creative skits on there that were making people money.
Yep.
Actually, Vine is where one of my favorite creators comes from. Weirdly enough, they're still around doing stuff, and I love it.
Mm.
They've moved to YouTube, but still, I think they do have stuff on TikTok. I'm not sure. I don't use it, as I said. So
I used to watch Vine compilations so much.
but yeah, I'm a firm believer in the emo's not dead movement, and I will stick by this.
The next question. Are there any hobbies you would like to pick up?
That's actually a lot more of a tough question. This is a tough one because I don't know if you'd classify it as a hobby exactly, considering how much time you'd have put into it. I actually want to learn at some point down the line. What is it called? It's water dance, fan dancing, like telling stories through dancing.
Ooh. That does sound unique and interesting.
Yeah, it's a hobby that I'd love to learn, but I also don't think there'd be many places to learn. At least not in Australia. I would definitely have to go overseas for it. But it's something I like storytelling generally, so that's where that idea comes from. Another hobby aside from that, maybe a more normal hobby.
Everything is normal in my eyes. Aside, cannibalism, but
That's pretty normal when you play RimWorld. That's very normal. I'm not having flashbacks. It's okay.
I mean, my favorite game series is Metal Gear, so what is actually normal?
We don't talk about that plot.
The simple plot of Metal Gear.
Oh god. I've sort of found a way to sum up the plot of that game, but we won't worry about that. Hobbies is actually a tough one. I will agree that it's a good question. It gives me thinking. I'm just on the spot. It's a tough one aside from what I've already said. I mean, I wouldn't mind going back to card collecting, but the problem is it's just so expensive.
It is very expensive. I work at a toy store.
I have, I think, a complete. So this is like going back all the way back to like the earlier seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm pretty sure I'd have to double check it, but I do believe I have a full deck of what I think it was either Joey or Yugi's original deck.
Yo.
I don't think it would sell for much, unfortunately, because I just don't think people are into that. But this is like going way back, not yeah. Yeah, I've got some cards there. I mean, I have some obscure ones too. I think I have Duel Masters somewhere as well.
Nice.
You know what? I never thought about. Yeah, no, hobbies I used to do were I used to enjoy cards back in like high school.
Did somebody say Yugi?
Yes, you're talking to someone who has an actual Konami card. I can legally enter tournaments around the world.
Yo. That's nice.
Anyone can get one. You just got to sign up for it. But
I'm pretty sure Count does do Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments.
Yeah, I can tell you I have no idea how to keep up with the current meta or whatever it is. As far as I'm aware, a lot of people got really angry at the one that came out. I think it was a couple of months back, start of this year. because every match was just what was it, OTKs or dying within the first few turns.
From what I've heard, recent Yu-Gi-Oh is like you either die turn 1 or you don't.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, they won't fix it because that would involve undoing a lot of progress. They're not going to be able to fix it unless they want to completely,
Revamp
go back, go all the way back, say everything else is legal, and keep that as its own separate tournament format. Actually,
wildcard tournaments.
On the topic of hobbies, because we're on this sort of Yu-Gi-Oh side of it now, switching over a little bit more to Pokemon.
Let's go.
I haven't done it for a while, but I did used to enjoy going on Pokemon Showdown and using my Mono Ice team in those sort of tournaments.
I had a deck built around this specific Galate card that I had that did 20 times the amount of energy cards on the bench. And usually I played against my brothers, and the moment I started slapping energy cards randomly, they knew they were going to lose.
Yeah. There's a lot of problems with card games, unfortunately. Even Hearthstone has problems, and we don't fix them.
I mean, I think Blizzard killed Hearthstone itself by what they did to that one winner of a tournament.
Blizzard has its own fair share of problems in all its games. It's honestly a miracle some of them are still alive.
I mean, it's actually funny that currently the most enjoyed game from Blizzard is actually Heroes of the Storm.
HOTS, I don't think has had much drama, thankfully, though.
Yeah,
so
because Blizzard doesn't care about HOTS.
No, you know what? Realistically, I don't think Diablo has either. Diablo's had its fair share of problems with the mobile game. That's probably the closest you can get to drama for it.
I don't think StarCraft had any problems too, because it's StarCraft and
dead. Okay, that's kind of that might be mean. No, StarCraft isn't dead. It's just not as popular as it used to be.
It's not my RTS. I like to play what's it called? Age of Empires more.
Have you checked out the new one?
Yeah, I have the new one, Sophie.
I haven't even touched it. I hope it's good.
It's okay. Easy AI is not easy in that game. Just so you know.
I just have good memories of, I think it was AoE 2 and just spamming the were they petards? Is that what they were called? The bomb guys. There was a command you could put in specifically to summon a lot of them. Oh, and then there was the goddamn car you could summon in. Boy.
My favorite RTS of all time is still Battle for Middle-earth 2.
Not what I'm familiar with.
It's basically a Lord of the Rings RTS. But sadly enough, they're not. I think it's either EA or Ubisoft. They're not remastering it, which is sad because it's amazing as an RTS. Well,
I'm gonna give a very controversial thing that will anger a lot of people one day. I've not actually sat down to watch all of Lord of the Rings.
That's completely fine.
No, it's not by a lot of people's standards.
I mean, I haven't watched Blade Runner, and everyone and their nan apparently saw that one.
I can kind of forgive that one, as it's a bit on the older side at this point.
I mean, I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop and a lot of classic anime either.
It took me a long time to watch a lot of the more action-oriented things like John Wick as well. Like, I finally sat down and watched them. I love them, but the plots when you actually simplify them is so stupid.
Guy dog got killed. Guy angry, out for revenge.
Yeah, I mean, as I sort of hinted before, like, if I was to simplify Metal Gear down, it's basically, this guy goes into a base to, how would I word this? Guy who likes boxers goes into a base to stop his clone brother. Clone brother's arm gets attached to another man, and then that guy becomes that man, and that's the entire plot.
But he actually didn't become that man because he faked it all.
Yeah, it's... We don't talk about that part.
The only thing about Metal Gear that we don't talk about is Survive. Survive does not exist.
I've never even bothered to touch it, so I don't have to think about it.
Be glad.
I do plan to actually fully replay through Metal Gear Solid 5 on stream at some point, though. So
Nice. If
I actually, a lot of people hated it. I actually really
I
fell in
love it.
love with that game.
I love it. It's one of my favorite Metal Gears.
I think the people that complained about it were the ones who were like, "This isn't a stealth game." When you actually look at what they do, they aren't stealthing. They're just going in blazing. That's their problem.
I mean, the thing that I really love about 5 is the AI bases adjust them to your playstyle.
Mm-hmm.
And you
like,
have to
you keep getting headshots, they start wearing heavier helmets. You use gas a lot, they get gas masks.
You use stealth a lot. The
You
stealth
die
becomes
5 times in a row, you get a chicken hat.
you use stealth a lot. They start using infrared eyesight and lamps.
Mm-hmm. It was well done.
Also,
it's something I appreciated about it.
I still love that the best weapon in the game is the water gun.
It's I was trying to at one point with Metal Gear Solid 5. I think it was it's the mission where you come out of the, I think it was an abandoned warehouse or abandoned hospital wing, and you have to fight the man on fire.
Yeah.
You have to sort of destroy the towers. Yeah, I love the fact that one of the quickest ways to beat him is the bloody water gun.
Yeah.
You just abuse it.
Are we allowed to give spoilers about the man on fire, or?
I mean, depends. Is your chat gonna care?
How many people actually played Metal Gear 3? That's my question.
I do love who the man on fire was, though.
It was such out of left field, but then you realize, like, it's so obvious. Why didn't I see it?
The thing is, it made sense, though.
Yeah.
Well, kinda. It made about as much sense as Metal Gear can make.
I mean, it was the pain all along. Who would have known? He actually didn't blow up.
Yeah, good times, good times. I think if I do go and actually play through, although I do want to sit down and play through, which was, what was it, Ground Zero? Yeah. I know it's technically playing the same level over and over, but like, you know what? I don't care. If I can, I will get so good I can speedrun it. That's the plan.
Let's go. I
Actually,
mean,
speedrunning, on the topic of hobbies, speedrunning is another one I want to get into.
I mean, when I streamed Metal Gear Rising, it was kind of obvious that I knew what I was doing in Metal Gear Rising.
I still don't know how to parry in that game properly.
It's basically move in the direction of your enemy's attack.
Yeah, I mean, I get the basic concept. I just suck at it.
Easy mode.
Actually, yeah.
Easy mode. The game auto cancels your combo for a parry.
Was it you playing Stardew the other day?
I did play it. Oh, we got raided.
Yes, that was one of the people I was chilling with before. They asked me to link, but welcome into them. Wait, that's your job. You welcome. Not my job to do. You do it.
Zizru entered the route with
I
four
have
viewers.
not seen how over the top your raid thing goes.
It's
Oh
very
my.
over the top.
That's a duck.
It is a dog. I usually wait till the raid alert is over to say hi. So thank you for
That's
the follow,
fair.
Sarisa. Let me quickly shout out. So,
But yeah, no, they were they're lovely people. I was doing some Genshin with them just before.
oh my god, no, the joke came in my head. Raiden, I have to ran out of credit card debt, and I need money to roll for Ganyu.
We don't talk about that. No, I have actually got Gunyu, funnily enough. I'm not complaining. I'm happy with it. I've got my Coco Goat, and that's good enough.
The only reason I wanted is for the meme.
That's fair. I'm just waiting for the next update at this point. I log on, I guess. And my dog is barking.
Bark, bark, dog.
1 sec, sorry.
No problem. Doggo time. Yeah. Hi. Awa. Pum 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 pum. Pum 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 pum. It's quite hidden.
Right, so sorry about that.
No problem. People had to hear my mom and dad on the background back in the day, so
Yeah, people are getting used to hearing my siblings screaming, so you know. Oh, here's a little fun fact for you. So you know how we said, you know how I gave you the time conversion for this?
what?
I actually got the time slightly wrong. We actually started at 10 my time, not 9 in the end.
Oh god.
It's fine. I was going to be up to like 5 in the morning again, probably anyway.
Ah.
But
Okay.
yeah, no, I just thought you'd like to know that I actually messed that up slightly by an hour.
Don't worry
Because,
about it.
yeah, the time zone converter I used, I think I put in like the, I think it was like the GMT +2 or whatever, you know, the Brussels or whatever code. And
I usually go into Google Brussels time to
yeah,
whatever time my
so,
guest is.
so yeah, when I converted it over, I think it might have put in either. My guess is it either put in daylight savings time for me, not regular time. That's my best guess. I don't know if you have to worry about daylight savings there.
Then I'm guessing your time is Melbourne time, Ryan?
Yes, Victoria, Tasmania, that sort of area.
Yeah. I have a lot of
Yeah.
friends from Melbourne.
I do too. I just don't talk to most of them for reasons.
Next question. What's the origin of your channel?
It has an origin.
It has an origin? It started somewhere? I thought it just snapped into existence.
Yeah, no, like realistically, my channel, I mean, it did start as Snowfox wasn't the original name. I don't, if I'm remembering right. I think I switched over to Snowfox and then I started streaming though. So my Twitch wasn't originally this name.
Okay.
It actually used to go by, I think it was like Sky Raven or something. Yeah, I had an obsession with ravens for a while.
That's cool though.
Yeah, so I went from that to yeah, over to Snowfox. The problem is I couldn't actually take Snowfox as a name on Twitch. It was taken by, I believe, I think she's either Dutch or German, Swedish. I'm not sure, but she was a Dota 2 streamer or something.
The amount of snowfoxes on this platform.
However, on League of Legends, I do actually have Snowfox. Just plain simple Snowfox, no editing of the name, just that. And I am not giving that name up. Because I know if I give that up, I'm not getting it back.
I'm pretty sure Snowfy would run away with it.
She'd have to play an OCE, but yeah. Yeah, no, there are some names you don't give up once you get them.
Yeah.
As for the whole the name of snowfoxau, that mostly just comes from the fact that yeah, I couldn't get proper snowfox, so I just added AU onto the end. It was at the time made the most sense. It was that, or it was either going to be that or VA.
I mean, you answered Snow's question that I was going to ask. But Snow, I mean Snowfy. You've probably seen them.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. They asked me to ask a question what the AU stands for.
And I still refuse to give a correct answer. It's more fun with people guessing. It's pretty obvious what it means, but
I usually refer to you as Snowfox Australia because Snowfy is usually also called Snow. So
yeah, it's a fairly common thing at this point. It's also fairly common what my character's official name is being Yuki, because that's literally just the translation to Japanese.
Okay.
I've been as careful as I can to avoid any what do you call it, cultural appropriation or whatever it is. Like the actual outfit this character wears, I was very careful when I was talking to the artist who did this PNG. I basically said, make sure one side's over the correct side, because if you mess that up, it's actually kind of offensive in a lot of ways. So with kimonos and that, I actually have to double check this fact so I'm not getting it wrong. It's either left over right or right over left. I can't remember. I can't remember the exact thing off the top of my head, but yeah. So in Japan, with kimonos rules, there is one rule that is only dead people have their kimono worn right over left. So unless you're at your own funeral, do not do it.
Okay.
It is important.
Or if you were like a ghost VTuber.
Even then, I'd still be very careful doing it. It's just trying to show proper respect to. There are still standards you want to follow if you're wearing kimono. However, it has been explained on many shows over the years that Japanese people, actual Japanese people, have no problem with foreigners wearing kimonos. Most of them, anyway. You still have your handful of people that
your Jake Paulers.
Yeah. We just pretend he doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Actually, this is a funny opinion on that one. So the whole Jake Logan Paul thing? Believe it or not, I actually think they were fine when they were just coming off as frat boys. Back in the day of Vine, funnily enough.
They
just seemed like frat boys at that time. A lot of people did that you probably wouldn't realize. That, or maybe I'm just getting old. I mean, considering how old my character technically is. Ooh, that reminds me. So yeah, when you were doing the tier list with, who was it?
It's Sea Dog.
Yes. You brought up the idea of how the tails work.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, my character can actually go the full 9 tails. It's by choice that I don't.
Oh. So we actually had to put you higher.
In terms of actual thing, my character is actually a multiversal being. They don't obey by most laws of reality.
I mean, have you seen my tail? It's like a pocket dimension.
But yeah, I mean, I can go into the proper lore if you want. It's just it's both a lot and not much at all. It's a mishmash of certain concepts. Mishmatch. Moshmatch?
Okay, I am gonna let you speedrun something special about yourself. You basically have to elevator pitch your channel right now. What's your brand?
But that's so much effort.
You got 30 seconds.
Okay, fine. Yeah, if you want to come to snowfoxau's AU channel, you can come there to put the stream up and fall asleep to my voice, because that's about the only redeeming quality I have. I like to play games which require me to think on the spot and manage colonies, and sometimes just want to contemplate life. It's a great place if you just feel like falling asleep. That's about all you need.
Okay. Oh.
I'm genuinely happy for people to fall asleep to my streams.
I mean, your voice is quite soothing.
Yeah, I still refuse to believe people like it.
I've heard worse.
Well, when I say it's my only redeeming quality, it's the only one I can actually show. Because the other one I've been complimented on, and I refuse to show that to most people. It's not what you think, don't worry.
If you had to rebrand, like, if you had to change, like, you couldn't be a...
I just got someone knocking on my door, sorry.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay, sorry. Somehow at 10:30 at night, my family keeps interrupting.
Yeah.
Did I unmute?
Yeah, you unmuted.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. I really
worry.
do feel bad about that.
If you had to rebrand from a kitsune, I'm guessing, I'm not sure,
Mhm.
and what would you be?
Honestly, I would probably take a lot of inspiration from a few other people I enjoy. Okay, there is two ways I'd go with it. Just for a quick answer. One, I would be heavily inspired by Stolas from Hell of a Boss. I have my reasons, or at least some character within that universe. I personally just really like it. I'm not going into detail as to why. Or the other side, there is a particular crow VTuber that I particularly like what they've done, and a crow would probably be the other way I'd go.
Okay, now that we're out of the introduction phase, after 40 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I get chatty.
Don't worry. I don't mind tracking the interview part because that's the main part of the show.
No, we got to invest in a stopwatch for you that you can put on stream, and you just.
No. Like I said, I love talking. But now over to the gaming questions. These apparently get really hard.
There's games?
The gaming questions get really hard for some reason. People said. What's your favorite game of all time and why?
Oh, that no, I see why people say that's hard. Okay, I would put it down to at this point in time, just to make it a lot simpler. At this point in time, it would honestly likely be RimWorld. Just because it is a game where every time you play through it, you could have thousands upon thousands of hours in the game, and every time you play through it, it'll be different. It's most of the time. You still somehow end up as a cannibal colony somehow.
It's like
don't know how that happens.
It's like Skyrim. You try any build, but you end up with stealth archer.
Yeah. No, I would probably say if we're just going off what my favorite game is right now, it's RimWorld. I've been playing it since early alphas, if that gives any indication.
What genre of games do you like and why?
Stealth.
Stealth. Okay.
Plain and simple, just stealth. I am a big fan of games that implement stealth or the stealth aspect very well. So I suppose RPGs is probably more accurate, but I mean, I think stealth is its own genre at this point, really.
I have a question. So anytime that I have a guest on my show and the redeems for a woo, for example, get thrown, like now.
God damn, I can't avoid these everywhere, can I?
Would you like to woo with me?
Sure, you're gonna count this down?
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
That's not something I can do seriously.
I
just get the deeper woo, I'm sorry.
I like it. Is there a childhood?
No, I was thinking it's like a fox or a wolf that inhaled a bunch of sulfur and just gets a deep voice.
Is there a?
No, go on. I will have a habit of this. I'm sorry.
I try my best not to cut people off.
I do the same, but I still mess it up.
Is there a childhood game you'd like to replay?
Like Blind?
No, just a childhood game you'd like to replay that you played as a kid.
Yes and no, because I sort of already do that in a way. If I want to go back and retouch a series without it risking blowing up my PC, I would honestly go back and play through the Sly Cooper franchise.
Ooh.
That's actually probably where a lot of my stealth love started.
I get it.
I think it would be that. I technically plan to replay through it anyway, so yeah, it may actually happen a lot sooner than I think. It just depends on if the emulator wants to work. No. Yeah, just so you're worried for TOS reasons, yes, you can actually legally use an emulator. You just need to have a legal copy of the game.
I mean, okay, listen here. So people about emulators, right? Like for some games, it's like, okay, I get it. You don't want me to do this game that you just remastered, but here's a counter argument to that. Who the fuck cares if you play Mortal Kombat Legends Sub-Zero, for example?
I don't think anyone's gonna care.
Yeah.
There's like, okay, there's a handful of companies that might care, but I mean, they really don't if they're not gonna do it.
It's one of the worst games in history. Like, a lot of these games don't get remasters or are just plain unavailable.
To add on to your argument there, who is going to go back and play the original ET from the Atari?
There we go.
It is one of the... Actually, no, I think it is considered the worst game ever made. There's actually a landfill, or there was a landfill with just a bunch of those cartridges there.
So... So like,
how bad it was.
The only people that actually care about emulators are the developers.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I respect developers who actually are fine with that sort of thing. They support it as long as you are, you know, as I say, you have paid a legal copy of it at some point. My only other option, if I want to replay through it, just to keep on that topic properly, is to unfortunately go buy like a PS4 and use the online to, you know, buy the trilogies. Or PS5, I guess we're up to. What are we up to?
PS5 at this point, like, bruh.
I thought we're up to 50. We're getting there.
Are there mobile games you play?
Do you count Genshin as a mobile game?
If it's playable on mobile, it's a mobile game.
I mean, it is, but I play it on PC, so I guess not.
Mobile games also...
There's a few... Okay, there's a few I can flat out tell you then. I, for a fairly long time, played Pokemon Go. I'm still sort of on a hiatus from it. I just haven't had enough energy to go out walking, really. I am one of those people that actually play stuff like AFK Arena or Mobile Legends Adventure, that sort of thing. I don't spend on them. I'm not a whale. As for recent games, I mean, I've picked up Ni no Kuni, which has just entered its beta. Been enjoyable.
The mobile game I play is Fate Grand Order, so...
I wanted to get into that, but considering how many gacha games I'm already into, or mobile games in general...
The biggest reason people get into Fate Grand Order, and also the reason many people suggest it, is for the storytelling.
Yeah, that's definitely why some of the people I know that are into it. You don't want to... There is a lot of fan art, that's all I'm telling you.
Talking about Fate, your character design really reminds me of Kojiro.
You know, I'm going to look this up. Is it just spelled the traditional way?
I'm pretty sure, yes. It's the rival from Minamoto Musashi.
It's on the Type Moon wiki, I found it. Okay. I did spell it wrong, but I did find who you mean. You know what? I can see where you're coming from with that. I can actually see that, yeah. That was never an intention. Funnily enough, my character actually... It would take inspiration from characters like that, but it actually takes more inspiration from a character from, I think it's Boku XSS. Is that what it is? No, it's Inu X Boku SS. No, that's not... I'm trying to remember what it's called. So there is technically a kitsune in that, called, I'm not good with these names, Soshi Miketsukami. Now, I did take some mild inspiration from him. He's not the main inspiration at this point, but, you know, basically took a bit of inspiration from him in terms of, you know, little details I like. I was actually at one point considering having the, what's it called, heterochromia? Or, you know, the multiple colored eyes. I kind of went against it in the end because I like what I currently have in terms of eye color.
It's really comfy.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of that went to the process at the time. At the same time, there wasn't much that went into it either, because it was like I discussed with the artist, and there was like a bit of back and forth. Like, okay, this character's one I like. Do you want to take any inspiration from that as we're working on this? I'm not an artist by any means, and I am someone that artists will hate because I am very laid back. I'll be like, you know what? I trust you. Do your thing. I'll give you a baseline, and then you got to work with it.
I usually am like, this looks awesome. Okay, but is there anything wrong? No, it looks awesome.
Yep. I can at least say when there's something I want changed. I can do that much at least.
And
I think I got slightly off topic from the question you asked, but
yeah,
or the reference to Kojiro there.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with some of the Type Moon works, but it's going a bit back to the original Fate Stay Night.
Mm.
And technically Carnival Phantasm.
Let's go.
No, I don't know if anyone actually would know that one. That was the problem. Yeah.
A question. Is it next question
Mm-hmm.
actually? PC games you like to play for the moment? I'm already guessing one of them.
I mean, if we're just talking in my spare time, DBD is one. I occasionally go back and do League from time to time. Depending, I mean, yeah, obviously RimWorld. I'm not going to say I enjoy Genshin because that'd be lying.
It's like League. Who actually enjoys it?
I did once upon a time, but I went down a very dark path.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going back there. I played rank. That was the problem. Other than that, there are games I enjoy but can't play. I'm actually been, in terms of games I play for my own personal enjoyment. There's the Pokemon franchise. I tried to get in Pokemon Arceus. I haven't actually sat down to do more of it, so that's the problem.
Same. I have a Switch, but I'm usually on my PC, so.
There is Rune Factory 5, however. I have been enjoying that a lot more. Which is finally coming to PC as well for its, I think, 30th, 20th anniversary. It's one of the two.
Meanwhile, me waiting for Bloodborne to get ported to PC.
Yeah, good luck with that one. I don't know if it's ever been gonna get confirmed.
There were rumors of it, but they never got confirmed or denied, so it's a limbo, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd count it as a game or a hobby, but there is D&D. I forgot to mention that.
D&D is amazing. I wish I had time to do it.
Yeah, I've made some mistakes as a DM.
I trolled my players once, so they had to get into a dungeon, but I specifically said there's the entrance has a steel gate with a lot of dust on it, and I let them figure it out how to open it, and one of my players basically tried to charge it, like to push it open, and afterwards I said the dust flew off to reveal that it said pull.
Oh, that's a lot better than what I would have attempted.
The classic, it's actually a pull gate instead of a push gate.
See how I would have thought to solve a situation like that, and I don't know how much you remember of that puzzle because you made it, but so the gate, it was, I assume, connected to a wall. What was the wall made of?
Oh, it was just like on a graveyard. It was just like an entrance to a tomb.
Well, still, what was the tomb, I guess, made of?
Rocks.
Cool, easy. Shape stone shape.
Like I just went in and was like, okay, it's just a pull gate. It's nothing hard. If they pull, they get in easy.
Yeah, so the two ways, based on the scenario you've given, just with that little extra detail, I would have either went a stone shape route if I was a magic caster that could do it, and just, shape my way into the tomb, or shape off the hinges and make the door fall off. Or alternatively, because you mentioned dust, I would actually use the logic of lighting it on fire and hoping it melts.
I would have just said if you light it on fire, the dust catches fire, dissipates, and it reveals that it's a pull gate.
That works too. I tend to overthink things.
I mean, my warrior kind of did too. He was like, I'm going to charge and rolls dice for strength.
And saying that, if you're on the topic, just as a little tangent, a little story here. This is back in a campaign I played in a while, I think 3-4 years ago.
Mm.
We came across a castle, or at least, I think it was a castle, and it had, how castles have like the giant wooden and iron doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, imagine a character rolling an at 20 on strength and just ripping the door off, just using it as a shield.
That actually reminds me of a scene in One Piece. So, they're in this giant prison, underwater prison, and that's like these giant wooden steel doors. And one of the characters helping Luffy is can control sand, but he also has the power to dry things out. So basically, use this power to basically dissipate the wood from the door.
Huh.
which is very cool because like who would have thought about that?
It's a way to solve it. I mean, it's something I like about role playing, or specifically I like D&D because of the role playing, but it's also why I like actual role playing. I am in actually a few RP servers.
Let's go.
It's yeah, I guess that's another hobby I didn't think of. Not one I like to admit very often.
I mean, RP is fun though.
Can be. Until you create a character with a support ability that is actually ridiculously broken when you put it down to it.
Snowfox is hi Snowfy.
I don't know. It could be Australia. Could be something else.
Could
you
be Austria.
Might get the answer someday.
Could be Austria.
I don't think I sound Austrian. Actually, I don't know what an Austrian sounds like.
Same. Are there console games you like to play?
Once upon a time, yes, but not so much anymore. I mean, it's the Switch I've got at this point. That's the closest. That's the only console I actually really use anymore. As I said, Rune Factory 5's on there. I guess Pokemon. Is the background fly? The background is fly. What?
Wait, one? Which background is flashing?
Okay. I think I know what. She could be referring to the fact that when I speak, it
Yeah.
It lights up.
Ah. I mean, that's just. I don't know. Words. It's kind of sad about console games. I just got this in my mind that Metal Gear 4 and 3 are only playable on console.
Yeah, and I just realized I think I've missed the opportunity to get 3. I was originally going to pick it up on the 3DS. And I completely forgot because I think they've shut down that store already. Actually, no, they're either shutting it down this year or they've already shut it down. I can't remember.
I mean, I do have the entire Metal Gear collection, plus I have the disc of 4 for my PlayStation 3, so I could replay it whenever I want.
Realize I do actually have another console, I just don't play it. I have a PS2 still.
You can play 2 and 3.
I got a good old PS2 in the cupboard that's probably gathering dust. You know, the classic Crash Bandicoots. I think the first. Actually, I think I have all 3 of the Jack games.
Let's go.
I mean, I hope that answers the console question for you, because
yeah.
I don't have much in the way of consoles anymore. I just can't afford them.
I get that. Time to go to that one Japanese store that has all retro gaming for super cheap.
I mean, I used to go to one, but oh, I mean, there is one over there, but we used to have one here somewhere within Australia. It was unfortunately back when I lived with an ex of mine, so I can't ever go to it unless I want to fly up there now. But yeah, it was a good place. That's actually where I picked up the PS2 and that, and a bunch of other classic games. Good times. They had a lot there, funnily enough. I probably have my old Game Boy Advance somewhere too, or the Game Boy Color somewhere in one of these. I have boxes in the corner of my room. They're probably in there somewhere.
Same. I have that same console about handheld somewhere.
I have to have a very deep look, and I don't think it will work anymore, but I'm pretty sure I do actually have an old Atari laying around somewhere.
Apparently this next one is also a hard question. I've heard people say to me. The ultimate game from your favorite franchise would be, like with franchise, I mean anything from books to comics to TV shows to game series.
Like, making a game out of that franchise, or just
Yeah, if a game that doesn't exist or it already exists, it could be. That would be your absolute favorite from that franchise.
It is again a very tough one, but well, I say it's not as tough as I think some people would put it. But weirdly enough, for me, I would actually probably put it back to Sly Cooper. I would. I'd either love to see the developers who actually want to work on it, but they can't because copyright reasons. I would love to see the developers be given the chance to make the 5th game. They've been wanting to do it, or to the very least to go back and remaster the 4th and maybe the original 3. It doesn't need to be advanced, but I would love to see a proper remaster. Go back, touch up a lot of things. Hype up the community again, because it's a game franchise that I wish wasn't dead. Or, well, it's not dead. The fan base is very eager still. Speedrunners love the game too.
My next questions are from streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Why you stream?
The same reason everyone does: money, right?
Yeah.
That's an absolute joke. Look, originally it just started as I wanted to get into it because I thought people were, I thought it looked cool. I had inspiration once upon a time. I got into it, and have learned a lot more in the, I think, 3, 4, however many years I've been doing it. Yeah. At this point, the reason I get into streaming now is just because it's nice to have a bit more social interaction, which still I wish happened a bit more frequently. But that's the main reason these days. I mean, it's nice when Twitch gives you an occasional payoff every, I don't know, 6 months to a year.
Like extra pocket money, let's go.
I have so little faith in Twitch, it's not funny.
I mean, any streaming platform is has its ups and its downs.
Look, they'd be fine if Amazon wanted to support them. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, the main reason I think most people aren't on YouTube streaming is because YouTube is you are not allowed to say bad words.
Not yet. If they keep this up, though, a lot of people will be switching. Let's all just go revive Mixer.
It died as fast as it got brought up. That's the funny part.
They just didn't do it correctly. They had so much potential. They just didn't quite snag it.
They're like, yeah, let's give 3 million to the biggest streamer on Twitch to work for us. And that's our marketing campaign.
Yep. That was all they did. And that was what caused them to fail. They didn't do more with it. Oh, well. There was another streaming service I think I remember, but I don't actually remember what it's called at this point. Huh?
Facebook gaming.
Oh, well, there was Facebook too, yeah. I mean, there's also the more adult ones, but that's more for the different types of VTubers.
Like Melody. I mean,
Yes.
people use it to play games like Subverse.
No, there are actually some good games that have come from that sort of genre.
Like
and
Subverse.
I'm just as guilty of supporting some of them on Kickstarter.
To be fair, this is an 18+ game, and it's very horny. Subverse. I don't know if you've heard of it, but I haven't,
Possibly.
and it's actually pretty good story and gameplay.
I mean, there's some good visual novels that come from Japan as well that have
Fate Stay
that
9?
sort of stuff in them. But, I mean, there was one I particularly actually loved a fair bit. Unfortunately, getting it to work in English is very difficult. But and keep in mind, you can never stream this on Twitch, obviously.
Obviously.
But Kamidori Alchemy Meister. It was an interesting one. It was more like a JRPG than a visual novel, but it had elements of both, and it had a lot of focus on how the systems didn't work. It was actually really well put together.
Next
But
question.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying. But yeah. Let's move on from that one.
What skills did you develop through streaming?
Nothing.
Like IRL skills, or like
Absolutely nothing.
most people say like, yeah, I'm better at socializing.
Yep. No. That's not from streaming. I can assure you everything that I have gotten. I've not. I think the biggest social skill, or the biggest skill I've learned from streaming, is time management. That's it. That is literally the only one I can say that is a positive. For me, a lot of my social skills actually come from back in high school, as I was a drama student. I always enjoyed I was technically more the back end for most of it, but I also did a bit of the actually up on stage stuff. So I am no stranger to being in front of I'm no stranger to being in front of a crowd of several hundred people thrusting your hips 300 times in a song. Good times.
I bet it was.
Four. I can't remember how many of us were on stage. At the end of it, we threw clothes off.
Next question. Who's your inspiration for streaming?
That one's a bit more of a sad topic. There was someone I used to. My original inspiration was actually all the way back with Night Blue. If you know who that is.
I've heard of him.
He was originally he was a league streamer. Back when he was my inspiration for a while, he was the type of league streamer that he was champion across several accounts, whatever the top rank is. He used to actually teach people, league stuff. Unfortunately, as he sort of grew bigger, I just couldn't stand him after a certain point. He just got worse and worse. So that's why I say it's sort of a sad topic, because like my inspiration, one of them anyway, that's an example of one that sort of got bigger and died off.
I have for me, that's kind of the thing that happens with Musalg. Like I use this, I love this TF2 content. When he switched to Overwatch, it was alright. I enjoyed it a bit less though, and then it was just cash grab, Fortnite. What's it called? Thingy, like the thumbnail thingy.
Yeah.
Clickbaits.
Yeah.
And that was like, yeah, okay.
I think in terms of more modern inspirations, it would probably be some of the Japanese YouTubers, or not Japanese themselves, but like the Japanese YouTuber group sort of things, like Sea-Dog VA and
Sea-Dog, Chris Broad, Anime Man.
Very big. I'm a huge fan of Chris Broad. You know what? Actually, I don't think about it much. I don't have many people I would call an inspiration anymore. But if I had to say some still were, it would probably be them. I actually am a really big fan of Joey still. Sorry, I say Joey. Technically, it's the Anime Man.
I know who
I'm
Joey
so
is.
used to saying. I'm so used to saying his name.
I know who Joey is, so I think everyone at this point knows.
If I ever got the chance to meet anyone, I would bloody take that chance.
Same.
But that's streaming, and that's streaming. Streamer, YouTube sort of content creators. Those are the inspirations there. I could give you other inspirations, but they're more. They're not like content creators, unfortunately. So, not really sure that falls in the category of the question you're asking.
I mean, yeah.
And if you want some of them, I can definitely say some of them. But
you can.
Well, one of there is. I'll list off just three then, just to keep it simple. Start with the two that are a bit less on the list. There's Arnold Schwarzenegger, who he's an inspiration because of some of the speeches and where he sort of started and has come from.
Oh my god, I know his history. Like the Chad legit sneaked out his army base to do a competition.
His is the fact he will not call himself a self-made man. Because the reality of it is you won't make it on your own. You need supports and everything. He's one.
I think it's pretty cool when you know that he, during his army service, he sneaked away to enter a bodybuilding competition like the national one. Won. His I think his commander or his sergeant was like not disappointed at all. He was actually proud of him for winning that.
Going, I guess going a bit further along to the next one. I just had a complete mind blank on who it was. I was trying to order it in my head, and it's like, wait, who was above? It'll come to me eventually. What's another actor? You know what? I won't worry about that one because it's just I'm mind blanking completely now. But yeah, no, the other one that I was thinking of was Terry Crews. Funnily enough,
Power.
Yeah, he's a very buff man. I do like me some dark chocolate.
To be fair, one of my favorite actors for the moment, one of my favorite actors is Idris Elba, the person that played Bloodsport and in Suicide Squad, and also the voice of Knuckles.
No, that's fair enough. That is honestly Jim Carrey's another one actually. I have a lot of respect for Jim Carrey.
I'm pretty sure he said, I think he said he's stop acting. Like he retires after Sonic 2.
Yeah, it'll be a sad day, but you know what? He has left a good career.
It's probably one of the best what's it called? Improv actors.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, a lot of people look at him for comedy. No, he can actually play serious roles, and it is scary.
Also, something funny that I didn't expect, actually. James Gunn said that John Cena is a very good improv actor.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, just because they, did wrestling and that doesn't mean they can't act. I mean, to be fair, wrestling is a lot of acting.
I mean, improv acting is probably very hard if you have to go by a script as well.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of deceased people who I thought were pretty good for inspirations, and that's like Robin Williams and that.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, still not over that one. I mean, growing up, if you wanted another inspiration, I mean, there was always Steve Irwin, but that's probably pretty normal coming from an Australian. Though a lot of people just don't seem to know who he is anymore, so I'm not sure. I guess that's all in the past. People from my sort of age group and back.
I never watched his shows, so I don't really have an opinion. I know who he is, but yeah.
He done a lot, and quite frankly, Peter can go, fuck themselves. Disrespectful, damn bloody. They claim to protect animals. No, though they are just disrespectful. That's probably getting into a category I'm just not going to go down. I'd stretch, but my chair will squeak a lot.
Usually I do the stretching, but yeah, you're not forced to stretch. Also, my camera just died.
It's all good. Stretching usually also involves several of my upper body seeming to crack.
Oh no, my diadem fell off. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I work... realistically, I work as a cashier, so...
Hey, retail gang, let's go.
It helps to have social skills in that industry.
Yep, it really does. Usually, when I ask customers their customer card and they're like, "Give me a moment, I need to search it," I usually answer that by saying like, "Don't worry, I have time till closing." And then they laugh and they're like, "I don't."
Yeah, it's a fun time. Well, being at a cashier at a supermarket, there are some very interesting stories you hear. So some you probably don't want to. There are also a lot of screaming children.
I work at a toy store. I know what a screaming child is.
For me, it's a supermarket. I gotta remember the difference between a Swede and a turnip. And a beetroot.
Next question. If given the chance to be a full-time streamer, would you?
If it gave me the financial stability, yes. That's kind of where it sort of lies for me.
That's basically what it means to
yeah.
be a full-time streamer.
Depends on how you look at it.
I mean, most people
there are people who claim to be full-time streamers and don't make anything. For me, it would lie in a mix of, look, would I have the financial stability from it? If so, yes. If I wouldn't, then honestly, I'd be happy just keeping it as, a couple streams a week, sort of part-time. Just as something to keep the time going.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be something I'd want to do, for the next 50 years. Definitely not.
I'm pretty sure full-time streaming doesn't last that long.
No, but with the way the world's going, it may become that. Yeah, a lot of people moved inside, and they don't want to go back out.
Next question. Who are your favorite streamers?
See, I don't want to answer this because I feel like the answers won't be appropriate.
Okay, don't worry about it.
No. I do actually have answers. In terms of people who I'll, sit down and watch from time to time, there's obviously a small group of, on the smaller side, which I, sit down and try and catch most of their streams, which is like Oral VT, who is, I believe they are another trans streamer. They mostly do DVD. Sort of the group that sort of extends from that is like Gen Kitsu is another kitsune. You've got Jin Kitsu, which is... Oh god, that's a confusing story. We actually went on a whole tangent where we had to find the rest of the vowels, when we actually did successfully find John Kitsu as well. We're yet to find Jun Kitsu or Jan Kitsu. We're still looking for them. And then there's the other vowels, but I don't know if you want to count those. If we're talking real life streamers I enjoy watching, there's like Rob CD, who does a lot of Japanese sort of stuff. A lot of IRL streaming, which I enjoy. It's quite nice. It's a nice break from everything. If I want to just put on a stream for no real reason, there's a stream that's just 24 hours of chickens.
Let's go.
Yep, it's just called Our Chicken Life.
Look at all those chickens.
No, I'm not joking. They actually, like, if you're a sub to that channel, you can actually give them treats and everything once a day.
Yo.
It's actually really kind of cool. In terms of other streamers, and I am sorry that you aren't up there with someone I watch on the regular because I'm usually asleep.
I get that. Like, time zones are a bitch.
But yeah, no, I'm thinking like the people who I absolutely try to catch every single one of their streams sort of thing when I can. I mean, obviously there's my own personal group of friends, but I mean, realistically, they understand I can't catch them all. And I guess if we're talking like the bigger names, I don't get to watch them very often. I do like watching some of their content on, that goes through on YouTube. It's some of the members from like V-Shoujo on that. Wait, is it V-Shoujo? I've now got to double check that's the correct group. But like Zentreya and all that. Yeah, V-Shoujo.
Yeah, I really like watching Connor and Mouse their content. It's pretty funny. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually dating.
I'm sort of in a funny spot with a lot of VTubers. I personally can't, and this is of course no offense to a lot of them. Like I understand some of them just can't control it; it's their natural voice. There are some people who have naturally very high voices that I just can't listen to.
I get that.
There is people who have a certain level of energy that I can't keep up with, which is like, say, if I said Bao, do you know who I mean?
Wait. Say again?
Bao, like the whale VTuber.
I haven't seen them.
Okay, that's fine. But she has, and I don't think it's all the time, thankfully, but she has ridiculously high energy at times, and I just can't. I can't enjoy it. I prefer the more. I prefer more chill, sort of down to earth, streamers. And that really, Zentrea is kind of the one of the few exceptions because I know she can have very high energy things, but at the same time, I think I originally and Snuffy's another one actually for the bigger names, I guess. I mean, there's GLDM. There's a lot of people I actually do follow that I enjoy their content, but don't get to do stuff too often.
Shut up, Sophie.
Your content's fine. I'm genuinely trying to remember who I was trying to get, who I offered tips for Stardew to the other day. Was it one of you two? I'm genuinely at a loss here. I was trying to offer a tip that I learned from watching speedrunners and that, which is in Stardew, funnily enough, you can get into the Secret Woods Day 1.
Lol.
Yep, it's.
I don't know what that is, but
no, that's fine. It just involves a chair.
Jeez.
Any chair, just a chair. The dev knows about it. He just doesn't want to fix it because he doesn't think it's worth fixing. It's people enjoy it, so let them. Sorry, got on a tangent again there.
Don't worry. The last one for streaming. What are 3 tips you can give to new streamers? Like the youngins.
Don't.
Tip 1, don't.
Can that be all 3? No. To actually explain on that one. So tip 1 would probably be don't go into it expecting you're going to get rich because you won't. That's plain and that's just blunt. Do not go into it expecting you'll be rich. It won't. The odds of you blowing up just aren't there. Don't actually be afraid to sort of say no to people, or say this one I can give a small example. Say you have someone come into your stream, they are sort of getting to a boundary where you're like, personally you're like, I don't like it, but I'm not going to complain about it on stream, sort of thing, that sort of mindset. Don't be afraid to just say, look, can you stop this? I don't want to interrupt the stream for long. Just please stop. I've said no. If you keep it up, go. You don't have to ban them on the spot. You can ban them after the stream if they make you uncomfortable and you don't want to cause interrupt the current content. That's fine. Basically, the second tip there is just don't be afraid to ban people. The third tip. This is probably one that's a bit more on the technical side. Basically, learn at least the basics of audio filters. It's such a small one, but it can also make a huge difference. You could have the world's worst mic, but learning how to use audio filters correctly can be a big difference. I don't use them for Discord here, but that's because I don't have a thing set up. I do use a proper mic though, which again is overkill. I only have a proper mic because I was originally going to go into voice acting. And haven't followed it up.
I have a mid-end mic. I think it's on a stand. It's trying to look professional, but I paid $100 for it, and it works for me. It's in front of me all the time.
You don't have to get an expensive one. Like you can go secondhand, and honestly, it'll work fine. Like you could use a simple headset mic, and as long as you know how to use audio filters, you could make it sound great. I mean, you did say 3, but there is technically a 4th one.
If you want to say a 4th one, go ahead.
It's one that's just common sense, and that's scheduling. Stick to at least a small schedule. It doesn't have to be the exact same times, but at least stick to, if you can, 1 to 2 streams a week, just to keep at least something constant going.
That's why I made 2 slotted things. First off, this one, Mondays at Monsters. And the second one is Wednesday. It's basically called Fate Go Wednesdays.
Yeah. I fail at that tip I just gave, by the way.
The only reason Fate Go Wednesdays exists is I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and 1 day in the weekend. And Wednesday is consistent because it goes into a free day, definitely. So I'm like, I just want to start it off with something chill. So that's where my Fate Go Wednesday comes from. It's not like a series. Well, it's a series, but not like traditional sense. It's basically me just playing my game that I play every day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, my tips are coming from someone who's been at this for several years. Like, I haven't even been a VTuber for a full year, technically. But I have been streaming for a fairly long time, in terms of all things.
Mm.
In regards to Twitch, I remember when it was Justin TV.
Mm.
So, if that's any idea how long I've been aware of Twitch.
I think I've been aware of Twitch for 4-ish, 5-ish years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now affiliated for next month 2 years. I think it's the 13th or the 12th.
Yeah, I'm kind of around the same number there. Yeah, that's actually kind of a scary thing to think of.
Mm-hmm. Time goes fast sometimes.
I try not to think about it because it's depressing.
I mean, okay, here's my mindset from streaming. Yes, views are important, followers are important, but during stream, I don't like to think about it. I just think I have an audience.
I get that during stream you shouldn't, but it's more what hits you once you sit down out of stream and think about it. It can take a huge toll.
I think I've actually had this talk with Mushinosaur in episode 4. If you're not having fun during streaming, why are you streaming?
If you're not having fun, then change up what you're doing, give it another month, and then decide from there if you actually want to keep doing this.
Mm-hmm. The main thing people stream is for your and others' enjoyment. And
yeah, the problem, and this is sorry again for the tangent.
No problem.
One of the biggest problems with streaming, especially on the smaller side, is if you take a hiatus, you are screwed.
Mm-hmm.
You either need to be consistent at it until you've got at least a dedicated fan base,
mm-hmm.
or or you're going to need a lot of therapy.
Because
I make this out to be a nightmare of a thing.
Twitch is streaming is very volatile.
Mm-hmm.
And if
bigger streamers can actually take those breaks because they have that dedicated fan base already.
Mm-hmm. It's okay to
they have
take
people-
breaks, but you need to have a bit of consistency.
Don't take a 6-month hiatus, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I learned from that one. Mental health took a toll for about a year, and 6 months later, I came back.
Mm.
Yeah, you learn a lot. You learn a lot in a couple of years.
Okay, next to the last set of questions, which is just variety for fun questions. If you get 1 million of your currency, I'll specify it because other countries. What would you do with it?
Investing. There would be a small chunk put aside for myself. There would be a chunk of it put aside, like for, a couple, close friends, family sort of thing. But a fair chunk of it would be put into investing into actually making more from it. Maybe start up a small business that actually has a chance to be profitable. A lot of people would probably straight up say, I want to go buy a car. No, I don't care.
It's funny that you say that because you're the third person that answers with investing.
I think the difference comes from a lot of people who would do this sort of thing we're doing right now understand that investing is important. Whereas if you went up and asked someone on the street, just random citizen, what they do with it, odds are they probably won't say to invest.
On episode 4, it wasn't really investing. That was the answer, but it wasn't really for themselves either. It was mostly for themselves, but the main answer was pay off debt, because US.
Yeah, no, I can understand if you live in the US. Good luck with that one. They need to get their stuff together.
But hey, gotta keep a circus of a government.
Yeah, I mean that's worked out great so far. Look, I won't lie. I blatantly will, not exactly insult Americans, but I will blatantly joke about America. I
Oh
do
no
think
no,
there's a lot there worth joking about.
I like to joke about the government of America because basically the government is a joke, and I'm pretty sure most Americans agree that the government is a joke.
Yeah, there are some stereotypical things in America that are worth joking about too, though.
But Belgium may not have a government, but at least it's not the American government.
Yeah,
This is a funny thing, by the way. Belgium has the record for longest time without a government. Almost 2 years, I'm pretty sure.
huh. That's kind of both cool and anarchy. I like it.
Well, it's mainly because politicians don't get along, and yeah.
Yeah, just don't reenact the purge, and I think you'll be fine.
I'm just gonna commit tax fraud and get a shit ton of tax returns then.
Who's gonna go after you? The government?
I mean, like, this is okay. This is probably the smartest thing to do during the purge: committing tax fraud and getting a lot of tax returns because everything is legal. So why would you not commit tax fraud?
No, it's a great time. You just got to make sure you don't get shanked on the way back.
I mean, you can do everything digital, so.
Yeah, true. I guess that is a small detail that gets overlooked. Yeah, no, I can respect that one. It's a great way to break the economy later.
The economy broken by one person during the purge, and
realistically, it would actually break a lot more than you'd think. There wouldn't be much of a stable economy anyway if there's a purge, I don't think.
yeah. No, the purge is a flawed system.
I understand where the movie's coming from, but it has its problems.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the movies even address the problems of the purge with like the last movie, I think, The Eternal Purge.
I haven't looked at any of the recent stuff.
I never watched the purge, but I just know a bunch of it.
Oh, well, that works too.
It's like Dragon Ball. I have never watched Dragon Ball, but I know a bunch of Dragon Ball.
Yes, you got your main character who is Wukong. you got Baldy. You've got Radish. I think Carrot.
You got Cabbage.
You know, all the characters. You got Pickle. Obviously, I'm just making fun of it now, but. Oh, and then you got Old Man Hermit Turtle. One of the most perverted but most loved old men in anime.
That is true, though. Also, jacked as shit.
There are some arcs in Dragon Ball I do like.
Yeah, like the one where it's 40 episodes of screaming.
It feels like that sometimes, yeah. Yeah, that one can't really deny. I mean, I wouldn't say One Piece is much better. They seem to have a lot of filler too. Except that filler makes sense. It is in the right place at the right time.
I still think it's funny that One Piece managed to create a filler that was confused for canon, and a canon arc right after that filler arc that was considered filler by the anime onlys.
Yeah.
So
I'll give the creator of One Piece credit for knowing when to put a filler arc at least.
I mean, look at Naruto.
No, it does know when to put its fillers. It does not. Its fillers made no sense, and I actually skipped a fair chunk of them. Also, to respond to what Kylie said in your chat there, the reason I'm referencing Goku as Wukong is the whole Sun Goku thing. He is heavily based off Wukong.
Also, Monkey. Yeah, I'm not going into One Piece spoilers.
Nah, you're fine. Oh, I mean, that's probably safest, but yeah, you're fine.
It's actually manga spoilers, so that's why.
It's fine, just don't spoil Fairy Tail for me and I won't care.
I have not watched Fairy Tail yet.
Yeah.
Next question. What's your favorite
Mhm.
song? I didn't say the tough questions were over.
Just that's actually probably the toughest question you've given so far. Weirdly enough. Oh, okay. I mean, there's a few songs I seem to listen to a lot lately. Favorite. You know what? Let's go ask YouTube. I'm just gonna click the home button and see what the first song it says is. Okay, that's just not correct. But no. As of late, I've personally found a lot of comfort in listening to Stolas's song from Hell of a Boss.
The one
It's
where he sings the goodnight song, right?
yeah, it's very calming, and if you're ever stressed, it's actually a really good one to listen to.
Hmm.
If it's not that, then it's something else from that show, probably, which would be more along the lines of the sort of part one of the finale.
What's your?
I'm very much down that rabbit hole.
I mean, hot take. Hell of a Boss is a lot better than actual has been.
Well, we don't have much on Has Been yet, so can't really judge it yet.
I mean, Hell of a Boss. Hell of a Boss is the opposite of has been, and I love it.
I don't know. I mean, they fall in the same universe, but
I'm pretty sure that the two series are gonna clash at some point because you know.
yes, likely they will. You probably are correct on that.
I'm on
think
Imp's
they're both
side.
going to different things, but yeah. As far as I'm aware, Hell of is probably going to stay on, at least on, probably stay on YouTube. Maybe. Has Been is getting a proper series though, like proper full-on funding and. Yeah, there's actually a few series on YouTube I'm following, but yeah. I hope that answers it somewhat, because yeah, songs is a tough one for me. I sort of change here and there.
What's your favorite genre of music? It's a bit easier, but not by a lot.
Is it really? Stuff I can always listen to. It's not the easiest thing to really explain.
Gorillaz doesn't count as a genre as much as I'd like to admit it would be a genre.
No. It's I guess it would be somewhere between like heavy rock to sort of just plain old metal.
That's cool.
Not like I wouldn't say I am the biggest fan of heavy metal by any means. But the stuff I like listening to is a bit back, going like earlier Metallica and that. And then you go a bit further down where you've got like AC/DC and Bon Jovi, sort of.
The classics.
It is a fair range.
The classics.
Yeah. I grew up with a lot of it, so I still love it.
Next question: who's your favorite fictional protagonist? Hero, good guy? I don't know how to specify this one.
Favorite. Just favorite character, I guess, from an anime or something.
It could be anything:
show,
book, anime,
game.
show, comic. When I say fictional, it's a wide spectrum.
Yeah, that does make it difficult. I honestly can't say I can narrow it down to just one. I don't think there is specifically one that just stands out more than others to me.
That's the first one that comes to mind.
Only because I was playing it earlier. Because I was playing Genshin earlier, it probably would be Yoimiya. She has a personality that I quite like.
And that would be?
Kind of difficult to explain, but she's the kind of person that wants to make everyone else smile, in a sense. Plus, her story, like, quest in the game, one of the few where I was like, don't speak to me, I just want to enjoy this as well. And I don't get that very often from games anymore.
It's sad.
A lot of games don't appeal to me much anymore. I'm not excited for a lot of them.
That is true. When
But
they,
this is coming from someone who's a fan of Bloody Jar Jar Binks, so
let's go.
everyone seems to hate him.
I don't actually think he's
I-
pretty cool.
Mm-mm.
Also,
I'm a firm
imagine
believer in Sith Jar Jar.
imagine if he actually is.
Hey, we still don't know.
Star Wars.
Disney could do whatever they want.
Kind of confirmed in, I think it's a book or a comic, that after the episode 3, Jar Jar basically got treated as the village idiot and like
Yep.
almost committed suicide. You know, casual
That
Star
sounds
Wars
about right.
stuff.
Yeah, we don't go too heavily into it.
What's your favorite fictional antagonist, bad guy, evildoer, anti-hero?
You know what? This one I actually do kind of have a much more direct answer for.
Mm.
So this was, weirdly enough, it's a character that actually comes from My Hero Academia.
Mm.
I actually really like Twice.
Oh my god, yes, let's go!
It's a very close tie between Twice and Toga for me, but I think
I
Twice
love
just
Twice.
just gets above it by a bit.
I still have to see season 5. Did you
I'm
read the
not going to
manga?
spoil what I'm not going to spoil what happens further on for anyone because I'm not prepared for it when they animate it.
I am not either.
It's going to be a very good arc that'll get animated, but I'm not prepared for it.
I read the manga and I'm like, damn. They really had to do this.
I haven't read too much. I haven't read every little detail about it, but I do know what happens. I've been keeping up in some ways.
To be fair, Twice is probably the most dangerous character in the entire show. One of the most dangerous.
Depends on how you look at it, but yes.
Because
I mean, what he can do is definitely not safe.
yeah, he pretty much showcases it in, I think, the next arc in the anime. Or did they already animate
He's
it?
shown off some limits of what he can do early on, but yeah, no, I won't get too much into that. I mean, if we're talking like, if we just want to stay on villains from that, I actually want to see Stain come back. From what I understand the manga, we will, but it's not going to be in a way I want. Or actually, I think it might have been the way I
mean,
want. I can't remember.
Okay.
I'm not completely.
Stain's character is. It's been established actually that Stain's character is not the traditional way of a villain.
He actually
he's,
believes in a true hero.
He's more of an like a very extreme anti-hero.
Mm-hmm.
He's not good nor evil.
Yeah. He's an interesting one.
Yeah. That's actually an interesting take on like an antagonist, because I'm not gonna call
He has convictions that make it's not quite in line with what it is, but it's
not a, you can't call him a villain because that's not his drive.
No. I am aware.
He falls under the category antagonist mainly. He's not a.
God, I'm just on the topic of anime. I just remembered a scene from One Punch Man.
Is it the one where the guy lands on the fist with something precious?
No, it's actually the finale episode of season 1.
I haven't watched One Punch Man, so
if you get the chance to at least check it out, I would. But don't go into it expecting it to not be serious.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a serious.
I know it's silly in every way possible.
Just if you go into it, go in expecting a good time, but not a serious show.
I mean, my favorite anime is One Piece. I never expect anything serious.
No, there's a bloody Buggy the Clown in that literally just tears himself apart. Yeah, totally a serious show.
I mean, Buggy is one of the best characters in the show, and you can fight me
He's
over
like
it.
one of the only bad guys early on that I remember.
Buggy is the best early villain because he actually gets to come back in the show.
Yeah. I haven't seen too far into it. Just yeah.
So later in the anime, it's kind of funny. There's a whole
I
war.
know as much as he comes back, but like,
I mean, he comes.
I
So basically, there's this entire war with one of the four emperors called Whitebeard, and they're fighting the Marines. And
Hmm.
Whitebeard talks to Buggy and aligns himself with him. And a bit later, he tells his first mate that he basically allied with Buggy, not because Buggy is the main thing that could be um, a thorn in his side, but the people that are following him. Because when they escaped the prison, Buggy basically rallied a lot of dangerous prisoners with him. So yeah.
I really should catch up on that. Might take me a little longer than I think, but
It's worth
I'll get
it.
there.
It's worth it, and if you wanna skip a part of the story without actually quote unquote skipping it, I'd recommend playing Pirate Warriors 3 and following the story from there,
Yeah, fair enough.
because it basically goes over the main story.
Yeah, I mean, there's they did a similar thing with like the Fairy Tale game for the Switch, where they just sort of covered a lot of the story in the first couple hours.
It's not everything they cover, but it's enough to know where the story went.
It's interesting how games can actually cover things pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a small game. It's a Warriors game, so
Mm-mm.
you can put a lot of story in it because the gameplay is mostly the same.
Yeah, I
Um,
need to get back to some games now. Think about it. Anyway, yeah.
Next question. What's your favorite anime?
Bakano.
Wait.
It's
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's a difficult one to explain. I just say watch it.
What's your favorite?
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
No. You finish.
No. I'm just like, I'm trying to think if I could explain it. It's not something I think I could explain without going into each particular part of the story. So yeah, no, carry on.
What's your favorite show that's not animated? So basically,
That's
TV,
not-
Netflix show.
That's not animated.
You can shank me for including cartoons into anime. So
No, that's fine. In terms of you know, more live action stuff, I actually got pretty invested into Moon Knight.
I've seen it entirely. I
Just wondering
think
if I'd class. I mean, it is definitely up there as my favorites at this point, because I'm like trying to exclude a lot of cartoons and such. Obviously,
I do like Moon Knight. It's my only problem with Moon Knight. It had a lot less Moon Knight than I expected.
I'm actually perfectly fine with that, considering where they took a lot of inspiration from with the comics. It makes a lot of sense as to why, and it set up for a big want for season 2 that hasn't been confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
If we're saying away from that, then I'd probably go more over to like, I would say Daredevil. I enjoyed watching all 3 seasons of it, along with the Defenders series, but that's sort of a connection to it. I'm one of those people that actually enjoyed Iron Fist, despite what people think about it.
I haven't watched a lot of TV superhero movies because mainly because season 1 of Arrow, well, Arrow in general, I didn't watch Arrow, but I know a lot of it that isn't my taste.
No, that's fair.
Mainly because they took Green Arrow, but just took Green Arrow. They basically reworked the entire Green Arrow
I
thing.
do actually need to sit down to watch The Flash. I've got to sit down and watch that. I also plan to sit down and watch Lucifer at some point. I will get to it eventually.
I have a friend who doesn't shut up about Lucifer. He only talks he only talks in Lucifer gifs.
I am totally not wanting to watch it just because of how I feel about the main actor. Kind of hot.
Next question. What's your favorite movie?
Animated or not?
Any movie.
As guilty as it is, I can always sit down to enjoy Zootopia or Zootropolis or whatever the bloody hell they call it now.
I can get that. It's pretty enjoyable.
If we're straying away from cartoons, going more actual anime though, probably not Spice Wolf, Wolf Children. Or anything by Studio Ghibli. Actually, that's another. I like Studio Ghibli films. I know they're for kids, but there is stuff in there for the adults too if you pay attention.
The last two questions basically kind of coincide with each other. First one of the two, which countries do you want to visit?
Mainly, there's only two that come to mind right now. One is obviously Japan. That's probably easy to explain. Other one is Germany.
Oh, why Germany, if I may ask?
I have a very close friend there who I would very much like to go meet in person.
That's completely valid.
Yeah. That, and honestly, there is some architecture there in some places I want to check out. I don't think there's any other places that come to mind immediately from that. I mean, I have actually traveled outside of Australia before, so not far, but definitely outside of it. Yeah. New Zealand's lovely. If you ever get the chance, I'd recommend it.
What dishes would you like to try? Like with dishes, food, drinks, desserts, everything that is consumable.
A lot. Far too much to actually list. There is a lot of cuisines I just want to explore. Food is something I do tend to like a lot, but there is a lot I also don't know about it.
Here's a thing that I really like about Belgian food. It's a lot more basic, but that's what makes it interesting, because most of traditional Belgian food is originates from like just farmers' food. Like for
I'm actually getting up a list quickly of some Belgian food because I'm curious if there's any that just immediately stand out to me.
Now I'm curious what the internet says about Belgian food.
I mean, I can just give you the list if you want and just read them through and see what you think, but I mean, the first one on this list is literally carbonate flamante or stouflis.
Beef stew with fries. Yes.
Yeah, it looks
that's
pretty
the main
standard.
one.
I'm almost positive I've actually eaten something like this before. So.
It's basically a beef stew with fries.
The next one on this list, in case you're curious, is Sol
Meunier.
Yeah.
It's
a fish dish.
Fish dish. I'm not a fan of fish.
Fair enough.
Gratin.
The third on this list. I'm serious. I will just go down this list quickly. Just a bit quicker. There's chickens au gratin.
We call it gratin because that's how I'm growing.
There is fillet américain.
That's just
or minced beef.
It's minced meat. Yes. Basically, normally you don't put it on a plate. You put it on your sandwich.
Yeah, no. There's moules frites, which literally just looks like
yes, yeah, it's
clams.
It's clams with fries. It's oysters. Yeah.
What are the sixth one on this list is stomp.
Yes.
Stomp. What the hell are you saying?
So basically, it's mashed potatoes with a green vegetable in it.
I look. I'll try it once. I'll tell you that much. It doesn't look any worse than anything I've tried previously.
It's basically mashed potatoes with veggies in it.
The seventh one on this list is like paling in groen.
It's basically
Flemish dish.
It's spinach with fish. What's the?
It's eels in the green is the way they've translated.
Yeah, eels in green. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not even going to attempt this one. I'll just put it in your chat for you.
That's a classic water Zoe. It's
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I think
it's
you
a
got
soup.
mixed up.
It's a soup stew. I don't.
Okay, yeah, no, the ninth one on this list is literally just meatballs.
Yeah, it's meatballs.
The last one on this list, the 10th one, actually looks like something I'd like to try. I'm not a big fan of.
I'm surprised that's a classical Belgian dish.
I'm not
Actually.
a big fan of shrimp, by the way. It's just it stands out on that list as something I would genuinely try.
Usually it's a you don't eat it as a main course. It's before the main course. You'll usually eat it.
Yeah, but I'm also someone who would literally just have cheesy garlic bread for dinner and be happy. So I don't have much background to stand on with that one. But yeah, no. Look, just looking at it, your quote-unquote Belgian foods there. There are a couple I'd say, okay, yeah, look, I'd definitely give them a try once.
Remember,
But
Belgium.
I'm also someone who likes to explore the more traditional foods, going all the way back, like original recipes, not these,
I mean,
not renditions of a recipe that's old, but like trying the original way it was cooked.
I mean, most of these are like on this list were like very fancy. Like the way I'm used to them is like mom's kitchen version.
Mm-hmm. An example I can give for an older dish that I think you'll get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what a ham steak is?
Wait.
Just ham steak.
Yeah.
I could probably translate it over if you want. But,
yeah.
So you take just a classic ham steak,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a very old way of cooking it. Classic ham steak, you grill it up, usually over a fire or something.
Mm-hmm.
You take a bit of grilled pineapple, chuck that on top,
Mm-hmm.
melt a bit of cheese over, and that's the entire dish. It is a very classic way of having it, but it is nice.
So the beef stew, so the number one, it's actually with brown beer. It's cooked with brown beer in it. It's basically like I think it's pork with brown beer as a sauce ingredient. That's why it's usually brown.
Yeah.
It's very delicious. It's very delicious, and I do recommend it because
I mean, stuff like stews and that, just in general, are somewhat common here. It's an easy thing to cook that doesn't require much effort.
Oh no, beef stew. That beef stew, right? Takes
that one probably
takes
is a bit
2
more
days.
complex, but
Takes
yes.
2 days till you can eat it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like there are some classic Australian dishes. Like, have you ever heard of damper?
No, I'd have to search it up.
It's literally called bush bread. It I think has like 2, maybe 3 ingredients in it. That's it. It's not the most tasty thing in the world, but if you're ever out camping and you're low on supplies, it's a good thing that'll last. I could get up all this, but no, sorry. Food is something I get passionate about, so this is something that will get me talking for. Yeah, but yeah, no. Look, to answer the actual question you asked, in terms of cuisines or just foods in general, yeah, there are foods I'd like to try, but it's generally more falls under a general cuisine. I want to try a lot. I want to try a proper Italian pastas. I want to try a lot of more traditional sushi, ramens, and some unmentionable things that I don't think I'd ever try normally. I don't think I ever want to. I can flat out say I don't think I ever want to try and eat a spider. I just would not feel comfortable. That one I'll pass on.
Okay. My last question is actually: do you have any questions for me? That's the one that never prepared for.
That's what I was saying. I mean, I could ask a fair few on the political side, but we're not going to go on that one. You know what? I'll ask one that will get you a little bit thinking. So, take for example, and I'll give you a proper scenario here. Take for example, low risk, security prisoners. Yeah. The ones that did like white collar crimes. They maybe stole bread or something to feed their family. They're in prison, but they're not actually really criminals at all. would you say a valid punishment for them would be to have them work in like retail or actually being a cashier or something like that?
Okay, they might have committed like petty crimes, but that's just too much.
Under those scenarios, I think it would be perfect because I personally think that everyone should have to experience it at least once.
I mean, true, but like, nobody wants to deal with a Karen. Not even someone who's been for years.
The Karens are the best to deal with, though.
Okay, here's the story. So for plushies in my store, we have stickers, price stickers for them. But the price sticker on a particular plush was cheaper than it actually costed, so it didn't get changed. But she comes back after she paid. She wasn't very happy, obviously, and she shows me the tag with the price, and she asks me, "What's this?" I lean forward, but when I'm working, I'm like in very serious mode. I like do not think, think beyond. And I basically leaned forward, and I was like, "That's a price tag, Mace." And she was totally not happy. I wasn't thinking. And afterwards, I'm like, "Oh my god!" I answered her stupid question with a stupid answer.
I'll see if it's a stupid question. You might as well.
I told this to my manager, and she was like, "You're totally right. Like, stupid questions get stupid answers. Like, what was she expecting?"
Cool. Two more that come to mind then, question-wise, just for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how long you have these segments go for, but
Right.
we're at the 2 hour mark for you. Yeah.
You're right now the longest interviewed.
Oh, look, I can't shut up sometimes. Is there a particular book series that you've gotten invested in? Say, whether you returned to it, stuck with it, or finished it, it's up to you.
Do comics count? Because
Yeah, they count as reading, so sure.
I'm leaning towards my thingy where all my books are.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of DC comics featuring either Batman, the Justice League, or Green Lantern.
You know what? That's fair.
I haven't bought
mean-
comics a lot anymore, but yeah, I'm very invested in Batman comics.
Yeah.
Mainly
there was
mainly DC comics.
I can get behind that. There is some very good DC characters. I am a big fan of Nightwing, weirdly enough. I just wish that the movies they keep making would stop shitting on him. It's getting old. They need to give some actual love to Nightwing and stop putting Batman in the spotlight.
I do love the Robins though. Nightwing, great character. Jason, I love what they did with his redesign. He's actually an amazing character now. Then Tim, he's like super amazing, like Red Robin. Not like the favorite of everyone, but he's still a cool character. And I love what they did with Damien. Like they basically like first it was looking like they did a Jason 2.0, and then they made Damien's character actually interesting, which I love.
Since you can get on the topic of comics now, I can actually probably give my third question in a slightly different manner. Taking away, the very stereotypical "what power would you like" thing, is there a particular, say, superpower or ability you would want that isn't, the typical, say, invisibility or flight?
I've always said this. If I wanted a superpower, I'd want the superpower to defy logic.
There's a reason that one doesn't exist.
There's a reason that one doesn't exist, because it's basically saying I want every superpower.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, if you look at the comics, it almost happens in several of them.
I mean, I
Right.
think what's the character from Secret Wars that Doctor Doom uses to reshape the world? It's basically that character if you think about it.
Yeah, there is a fair few of them. Um, I can't think off the top of my head. I mean, if we let's say on the DC side,
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the closest you would get to it is weirdly enough the Flash.
I think it's actually Mr. Mixel-Pidelic.
Well, to be fair, he sort of defies reality in general, but we won't talk about that. I mean, if we're gonna say just ignores the rules of reality, then you could just look at the Lords of Chaos.
yeah.
I mean, it's just flat out. You could look at them. But in terms of like the characters that you wouldn't think would do it, I would argue Flash is probably one of the few that has defied those laws.
Which one though?
Tapping-
I'm pretty sure you mean Wally West.
Look, I have a lot of love for Wally, and I'm very pissed off with Young Justice at the moment. I've been following it for a bit, but look, I'm personally someone who does believe that Wally is the fastest Flash, despite not initially being a speedster.
I mean, that battle was between Wally West and Archie comic Sonic, basically the two most OP comic characters in existence.
Mm-hmm. The simple fact is they can outrun death.
The only reason that Wally wins is because he actually has the power to steal speed.
Yeah. It's a complex thing, but
That's the TLDR of that power.
yeah, no, it is a full-on TLDR, but like really, I would say by the end of it, Wally becomes the fastest speedster. Despite, I know a lot of people will still argue it's Barry Allen. And he is an actual speedster compared to Wally, but I mean, it's a whole. It's a lot.
It's a can of worms.
You know, it's just it's a topic I find interesting because a lot of people, you know, assume, say, in the DC comics, Superman is the most powerful. No, he isn't. He is definitely not.
I'd say one of the most powerful is well, that can fight Superman, right? Is the Spectre. Yeah, obviously. But like the Spectre or Constantine or Zatanna even. Like Zatanna is just crazy strong. Like what the hell?
Yeah, if only they wanted to actually show that off.
The DC made a character that's like well, I think Zatanna is older than Scarlet Witch, if I'm correct.
I'm not looking it up. I'm lazy.
I'm not either, but if Scarlet Witch is older, they basically looked at Scarlet Witch and was like, "Nice magic user. Hold my beer."
Yeah, I mean, I do like a lot of the digs that both the companies do at each other, and personally, I'm actually a fan of Deathstroke versus, say, Deadpool. But I like Deadpool, but yeah. I think, you know, Deathstroke is a lot cooler.
Okay, here's my opinion about DC. I don't mind either. I like either, but I prefer DC over Marvel because Marvel shies away from a lot of darker storylines. Well, DC. Well, the biggest example that I can give, they basically said, "Yeah, I see Batman. Darkseid killed him. Actually, he sent him back in time."
Yeah, I mean, DC literally had a vote to kill off Jason. So
yeah, I love DC because DC pushes the limits of their characters. Like my favorite storyline is Heroes in Crisis.
Not as familiar with it, but yeah,
I
know which one you mean.
It's the storyline where it's very vague about what happens in. It's called Sanctuary, but it's basically a place where heroes deal with PTSD.
Ah.
Yeah, and by the end of it, it's revealed that Wally actually killed the entire all the heroes that were residing there. That sounds about right. I don't remember why, but it was an accident. I'm pretty sure it was an accident, but he basically was like, what the fuck?
Honestly, it just sounds like DC.
Yeah, but I really like the comic idea of heroes with PTSD. That's why it's one of my favorites.
It's not touched on enough. It's something that's both annoyed me. Like, this is going back to more the cartoonish sort of animated side of it right now. I'm not sure if you've kept up with Young Justice in any way, but
I think
you
I
know.
saw the first seasons.
Cool. Without going into too much detail about which character it affected, because there is a lot of dark stories. Basically, one of the characters had, another character they were close to who died. They were blaming themselves. It basically went to full-on spiraling depression, and they actually showed properly that it's not just something that goes away. It's something that takes time. I feel like they drew it out a little bit too much, but at the same time, it makes sense as to why they do it.
I like about personal issues about comic characters. Speedy's victory over drug abuse is something that DC kept and brings up here and there, and it's something good because it shows that the character has grown in their own way. But
you've got characters that literally come from villains.
Yeah, Harley Quinn deals with personal issues.
Oh boy, that's a lot.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. I do say that I like Harley Quinn before she was cool because she actually was pretty cool before she became mainstream.
Yeah, I'm a fan of her and Ivy.
Yeah, that too. But okay, in the Harley Quinn show, I really liked Kite Man. I kind of found it sad that they brought the Ivy Harley thing up in there. Because I was generally happy for the guy,
I don't think there's been any adaptation of King Shark that I've disliked yet.
King Shark is an amazing character.
He's lovable regardless of what he's doing somehow.
Also, in one of the movies, it's revealed that King Shark and Constantine had a relationship.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's the Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, where Constantine and Superman go to Harley to recruit Harley, Boomerang, and Shark, and basically Lois asks why are you hiding Constantine? That's my ex, and then it goes to King Shark winking at Constantine.
Oh, that's cheeky. I like it. But yeah, no, I think that covers the question.
I can go for hours on DC Comics, by the way.
No, I think it probably would happen. I mean, as I said, we kept this game for a bit already.
Last question to jump in our game. Are you good at looping?
50-50. If I'm paying attention, maybe.
Can you
Can
hit the skill checks?
Well, that I can at least.
Are you a dead hard gamer?
No, I actually refuse to use the perk.
I don't use it, but yeah.
I have such a hatred for it. I refuse to even touch it.
I as a killer, I've learned the secret technique of using my mouse to look up and down to bait a dead hard, and it's hilarious when they do.
I have used Dead Hard once, and that was when I was adepting David. That is it. And I don't even think I used it to dodge. I think it was just to get out the exit gate.
I used it on Ace once, and after that I realized I can't use that hard, and I'm like, I'm staying off this. I'm going back to light.
But, I'm someone who will happily use no mither.
Let's go, no middle gang.
Yeah, no, I should probably actually get this launched up ahead of time because it takes forever to load.
Don't worry, I still have to launch it myself. Let me...
It's more how long it can take for me to get it launched.
But yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're loading that, you want a little fun fact about Australia?
What?
Our biggest cattle station is the size of Israel.
Oh, that's
It's actually bigger than Israel.
Bruh.
It's not a joke.
That's not a small country. That's a lot of the size of Belgium.
Yeah, no. So Anna Creek here in Australia, it is the Australia. I think it's actually the largest in the world. Yeah.
I should.
It covers. I'm just getting the numbers up. It covers 24,000 square kilometers,
Mm.
whereas Israel only covers 21,000. So, yeah, there's a little fun fact for you.
Woo. That's something I actually didn't know.
I mean, people know some of the more basic stuff, but they're not aware of stuff like that.
I mean, here's a fact about the Netherlands that I know, and it's hilarious as shit in my opinion. So back in the day, the Netherlands were at war with Spain. What the Netherlands did to financially support their war was actually steal weapons from Spain and sold them back to Spain.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Well, at least you weren't asking about my love of the occult. Yeah. Game is somewhat launched.
Okay.
I wasn't kidding when I said this took a bit to launch.
Don't worry.
Oh, I think I have Kit Kats in the room. I'm kind of hungry. No, I don't need chocolate now.
I have Buenos.
Alright, let's do that. I'll probably join under you because I'm not concerned about lag.
Okay. Wait, you're still launching, right? So it doesn't say in game for me yet.
Yeah, no, it won't be bad.
I should actually level up Shadow.
Yeah, not sure how many games we'll get out, but yeah.
I don't mind if we only get one out. Because the game is not the... Yeah. It's more like the interview is the main thing, and the...
It should have these online. Actually, I might just be able to... Yep.
My sound is very loud for some reason.
Welcome to Dead by Daylight, where nothing makes sense.
It's been ages since I've played.
You'll be fine. You know the Prestige 3.
I'm a killer main, so I don't have any survivors prestige. My only prestige on killer is demo.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I'm joining onto you as well is because I know queue times, at least if we're playing on my servers, will be terrible right now.
I know back in the day everyone used to play on, I think, some US server. Because the entire community was on that server. Because everyone knew everyone did.
It has expanded a lot since, but...
I mean, they basically demolished that server system.
Yeah, it's now just wherever you're closest to connect to is where you connect to. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. You do not want to know what my ping is gonna be.
Rank 20 survivor here.
Might as well be. One eye on the shadows, protecting his fellows. Okay, we've got to remember, don't sing. Yep.
Don't worry about singing or not. I don't mind it.
I'm listening to, as I say, I like to have a little bit of music just quietly in the background.
Always that one survivor that doesn't ready up.
That's usually me. Yeah, no, I'm listening to Man for All Seasons, Robbie Williams. It's also one of the songs that plays in Johnny English. If you've ever seen that one.
Are we winning? We just started, so I don't know.
No, we're losing. I've got high ping because I chose to do this to myself. Yeah, no, I wasn't kidding. By the way, if you like, once we load in, you click escape, you can see everyone's ping.
Oh boy.
You'll love it.
high ping, it's my favorite. I do love playing a league with 5,000 ping.
Yeah, no, League's one I won't ever go back to on hyping. I used to play on NA originally, and then Oceanic was created. Moved over, and eventually changed my name to Snowfox, which, again, I'm still surprised I managed to yoink.
Hmm. Who's my buddy? Who's my buddy?
Yeah,
You're my buddy! Let's go!
it's one of the ones.
It's...
Yeah, no, if you click escape, you'll see my ping. Let's do this. I am.
It's Huntress.
Okay, let's go for that generator.
I also have Repressed Alliance, so...
I look forward to missing every skill check. Oh, it's on. Shh, that ain't good.
How long have I streamed this month? I do not know. I know every Monday, like 3 hours average. But Wednesday's usually an hour to 2 hours.
How did I lose? Okay, maybe she wasn't paying attention.
Imagine if she has Tinkerer, and I'm just doing this generator.
Don't think she does, so you should be good. That humming, though.
Okay, that means she doesn't have Tinkerer.
Let's just drop down that and piss everyone off because I refuse to run Boon of Healing.
Wait,
Oh.
did she rage gun?
Is this normal here?
Wait, she had Nowhere as well, so I'm kinda happy though.
I think. She had Rancor. Oh, that was... Yeah, no, that was an endgame build. She even had Eerie Heads. Oh, she was going for that endgame or the insta-kill.
Oh boy.
We dodged a bullet.
We dodged the bullet. I just finished the gen and I was like, wait, why did the game shut down? Damn it, you were my buddy that game as well.
I have no idea if the... I think you were with the other Yun, actually. I believe you were with the Yun in the blue. I can put that out. I can put that outfit on if you want.
Here's the. I only have one cosmetic for him, and it's the odds cosmetic. I just. I call this the odds cosmetic.
I have this lovely outfit that everyone seems to hate.
I like my Ash.
I have this one which doesn't burn your eyes as much.
What outfits do I have?
I just stick with my Fire Moon Warner normally.
Hey, I have this one.
Actually, I don't know if the... for the person in your chat that asked, yeah, the Blood Hunt ends in 1 day. I don't know your community all that well, so I don't know.
Shadowlight is a fellow streamer.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a preference on how to say their names. So.
I have this for Nia. Let's go.
Yeah, this is the only problem I ever have if I'm doing stuff with other streamers. I have a tendency to read their chat and just sort of.
Don't worry about it. I like it.
It makes their life easier sometimes. It also annoys some of them, but
Hey, did Lori, her portrait, get reworked because it looks creepy as shit? What do I have for Ace? Oh yeah, I have this for Ace. The aka I'm here killer. Please find me. Oh, there's Fang.
everyone's favorite. I think I have the red dress on her. If it isn't obvious, I'm a fan of the more traditional sort of looking festival garbs.
Hey, Kate's portrait also got redone.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm glad they fixed Quentin's face at some point. That man needed it.
Sleep deprived.
He went from somehow incredibly screwed up to just, yeah, sleep deprived. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Leon!
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stay Cheryl.
You may play whoever you wish.
Lights!
Your queue times are at least decent. I think I've waited like 20 minutes for a match before, so...
Oh boy.
It's not as bad as what happened on League at some point.
I mean, League timers be like...
I think the longest League timer I ever had was approaching an hour. And it was just because we were playing at a time that was very quiet.
We got Pajama Jake.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Yes. Usually when people speak a language that I don't understand, I say yes. Here's a funny thing. My mom told me this story. So my mom was in a class with non-Dutch... Well, they were speaking not Dutch. Not to be confused with Deutsch, which is German.
Yeah.
So basically, they were talking in their native language, and at some point my mom said to them, that's what they say about this celebrity as well. And all of them looked at her, and she's like, wait, you can understand us? But she didn't. She just flopped something out.
It's a great way to mess with people.
Something similar happened in school. So a bunch of kids are talking in Turkish, and my French teacher suddenly said in Turkish to them, by the way, she's not Turkish at all, can you please shut the fuck up, in Turkish. And all of them just looked like, what the fuck?
I've had a teacher swear around me before. It's a fun time.
She told us afterwards what you said, and it was hilarious.
But it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye.
Oh my god, I feel old.
Look, NSYNC is just what it autoplayed to.
Here's a funny thing. Me and my colleague, we're both in our 20s. I think he's 21. We sometimes sing I Want It That Way.
It's a good song.
Like either one of us says "Tell me why," and the other just does the lyrics. And usually I do the lyrics because I actually know them from the top of my head.
It's what was it? Backstreet Boys.
Oh, it's Billy.
Fuck. Okay, if it's Billy, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, he ran into a tree.
Is he trying to propel himself?
He's coming to my house.
Yes, he is. I see that. So yeah, what is it? Everybody, Backstreet Boys. Yeah. You know how I sort of hinted earlier that I'd done, some drama in that before, performing on stage. Yeah, when I said there was like a bunch of hip thrusts, there was 5 of us. I think all up across, all 5 of us, it came to a total of about 1,500 hip thrusts in the dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because we did about 300 each to that song. It's a nice hole you're running by.
I think he's
Might have
still
been
chasing Leon. Oh,
Yeah, he is.
and I exploded D-Chan. I think
He's
it's...
kind of uncomfortably close to me right now.
He's probably going to me since I exploded D-Chan. I don't think Repressed Alliance will pop.
He just stops all pro wrestling.
Oh no, he's going... Okay, I got Repressed Alliance, so if... Is he camping?
Nah, he's coming towards the building I'm in.
Kindred, baby!
That's insidious.
Nope, he's soft camping.
Why did I hear the growling then?
Okay,
Hear the rest
he was
now
soft
rock.
camp. Wait, oh.
I don't know if he...
He's coming towards me.
All good. Come upstairs, Leon. Damn.
I need to be careful not to accidentally hit E.
Goodbye, sir. Out the window.
Oh,
you
he's...
go.
Oh, he's chasing you guys.
Okay, I'm lagging a lot. Leon. Why? I don't know why he's stuck around the building.
He's going to the same hook. I'm half a vision. Yeah, we'll put the focus.
Does
Does
what
he
I'm
have...
confused about there, the Leon was for whatever reason in the building with me. Like, I don't know why he didn't follow me upstairs to heal him, but... Ooh, this is a good song. Do I need the rescue? You got the rescue?
I don't know if I have that rescue because...
The hillbilly is camping in the second floor of the building right behind him. Looking out the window. And out the front door he comes? No.
Bruh, is this serious?
I don't know. Did he expect my boon to heal?
Hi, Sophie.
I mean, I'm used to this on DVD, but this is...
Oh my god, you can't be serious. Oh, he saw me.
Just, don't go down for a moment.
Light used?
Mm-hmm. Now, assuming this bush still works, I'll be fine.
Wow.
It works!
I think he lost me.
He hears me breathing.
Oh
There it
no.
is. This is why I need to start running Iron Will. Go for the rescue now if you can. As you two are going to need a reset.
Wait, does he have Franklin? He has Franklin's.
I wouldn't know. I didn't bring an item.
David's health pack was...
Oh.
He's going after David. Because David started healing with a Billy. Coming for you. Gotta get those altruism points.
Yeah, you're fine.
He's probably going here, right?
We're actually versing one of my favorite kills to verse, so... Oh, lag and a half. Let's go. This is a very different DVD experience, I'll tell you that much.
Okay,
Right,
let's go.
he kicked that. Yeah, he kicked that gen. So onto the other gens. Okay, you grab that. I'm gonna just go reset something down for running purposes.
I also reset a gen on the opposite side of the street. I think... yeah. I don't know how David got hit. He was at a pallet. What? How?
Aren't I the one playing on very low ping? Bad ping, I mean.
He's definitely coming here. Oh. I wasn't paying attention, he's just camping.
Welcome to the streamer's curse.
I'm gonna...
Wish you luck.
Is he coming inside? No, he's chasing you, right?
Nah, he's after me.
Okay.
That's Tinkerer. Hi, sir. That shouldn't have worked. Oops. Nah, it's fine.
No, he's coming here. He's coming here. He's coming here.
No, he's not. He's breaking the pallet. So stop chainsawing and just pick me up.
He's gonna hook you there.
Oh yeah, he will. Your killers, you know what? This is not what I'm used to for DBD. I'm not sure if it's just a very different player base over here or what, but I like it. More chaotic.
Let's move because
Yeah, more at least behind a pallet or something. We don't leave scratch marks in here, so run wherever you want. You'll be happy to know there is 3 windows, 4 windows in this house. There is a pallet behind the house, and that's kind of all we got. Yeah, I'm running windows.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's go actually get this gen done finally.
I mean, I'm not. I say I'm a bad survivor, but I'm the most stealthy gamer in this. Is he coming here again?
Probably.
Or he's still chasing David, but if David gets down, that's a kill. Oh, he's running down the street. He's still chasing David. He's in this house where we finished the gen.
Good for them.
Uh-oh. Wait. That's David.
Okay, there's no... Oh, that generator's done.
There's one where you got hooked earlier. But Billy was there. And David got down there. I think Tinkerer fucked that David, and he wasn't aware of it.
Good for him.
Okay. Now we spread out because he's definitely coming here. After that hook.
Yeah, it's barbecue.
Oh, he's coming for you, or?
Likely.
Better the last chance. Oh.
Right.
Oh, and you're dead.
Yeah,
Fuck.
no, it's fine. Hide. He's gonna barbecue, which means you can potentially get hatch.
I do not have a locket here because...
You're fine then. Just be ready to move. Good luck. Ooh.
He's speeding here. He ran away. I fix. Ah, they found me.
Rip. But they haven't found the hatch.
He did
Never
find the
mind.
head. I don't think I'm winning this. They're opposite to
know.
each other.
I mean, he can run between them pretty quick, so yeah. I mean, you can just hide and let the entity kill you if you want to play that way.
Mm-hmm. That's the more satisfying way to deny killers.
Yeah. Kind of also slow, but as long as you don't go down, it's slow anyway. If you go down, it's slow.
He didn't see me yet.
Probably seeing your scratch marks if he was paying attention.
He was running down the street.
But you know, Hillbilly is one of my absolute favorites to verse.
He did not notice me. He's just running back and forth.
What do you expect him to do?
Look at him. Look at him go.
Part of me wants him to spot you at this point.
He didn't see me yet. How?
Oh my God. So this is where you run at him right at the last second, yeah?
Yeah.
Drop the pallet for the hell of it. Points.
He hasn't seen me the entire match. In the last second, I just be like, hi.
He wasn't gonna let you out, so.
The fact that I sneaked around him was funny. Oh, my capsule's on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, barbecue and Tigra. Pretty normal. Probably do one more.
Yeah.
It's up
Let's
to
do
you.
one
Depends
more.
how you feel.
Ah, I mean, you're the one past midnight.
Bad? I don't have work tomorrow, so.
I think I can squeeze one in too, because, you know, YouTube videos, if you download them from Twitch, take a lot.
Mm. And I got pings all over Discord. What is going on?
I'm a stealth gamer. Yeah, the reason I stealth a lot in Dead by Daylight is because as Survivor I'm bad at loops.
Yeah, you're fine.
So I prefer being stealthy over like, hey killer, I'm here.
What? I'm a chuck on a song I feel like listening to because I want to listen to the Hex Girls.
Let's go.
Yes, casual 340 ping. Let's go.
I'm not doing bad.
No, it's really not. It means I'm definitely getting hit and downed. That involves, you know, them chasing me.
Ah yes, Bill. I do like you not readying up. I really want to play the Evil Dead game. But I really want to get the Evil Dead game, but I'm waiting because as cool as it looks, it does look like it can get pretty still.
Yeah, but that's where a lot of games sort of take a turn for.
I mean, you could say the same for DBD, but there's a lot more variety.
Yeah, DBD became a lot more fun for me once I started changing up my builds a lot more. Like, one of the absolute funnest builds I've ran is No Mither, because it made the game more difficult and actually revived some of the love I had for it.
What does No Matter do aside from like only give you 1 health state?
So No Mither essentially gives you a tier 2 Iron Will. You don't leave blood trails. You can get up infinitely, and you actually recover faster when you're downed. Oh, slightly faster, it's not much. And, well, obviously you're broken all game. It's not actually a terrible perk if you are sort of going through a time with DBD where there's a lot of people slugging. Like, there's a lot of slugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if everyone runs No Mither, they can only down so many of you.
Hi
there.
Hi. I love how Shadow was like, eh. Who is it?
Yeah.
Is that the new Legion? That's the new Legion.
Yes, it is.
Oh shit!
Hi, sir. You want to chase me like this? There we are.
Yes, Tanat.
Simple. Don't get hit. Wow, that was delayed. Oh, I love it. That's beautiful.
Oh, he also has blindness on his stabs.
Yep, that's lag. I could explain to you how they got down, but I don't think
I
it's
do
worth
not
that.
know where you are because he has blindness.
It's all good. Being carried. Right there. So the bill, they got down because they got in the locker room and didn't mend themselves.
Yep. Rank 20 survivors.
Mix it up here.
I think this match is gonna be over quick.
That's alright. You gonna hit me? No.
Ah,
okay.
the Unbreakable.
Yeah, there it is. I don't know what they went for. I suppose that I'm closer to death than the others.
Ah, yes, Tunnel Gaming.
Nah, I honestly don't care too much.
Oh, shit.
Look, a gen got done. That's good enough for me. Okay. Just get some distance and then mend.
Shit.
Prepare for that blindness.
That bill is not mending.
He didn't before either. You let it go pretty low before you start mending.
I'm going in main building because I exploded the one gen. Oh, he's in main building.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
He's out of main building. He's chasing... I don't see who.
The thing. Nope, the bill. Okay.
He wasn't chasing Bill though, he was chasing a girl.
He was chasing Fang. I don't know why Bill was there suddenly.
Oh, this is the worst gen. I'm not staying in this building with a Legion. I'm sorry. I don't have a feeling to do get edge. He can get quick downs here.
Bill's letting himself die. No, Bill. You are not allowed. I forbid it. There we go. I accept death.
I ran into cars.
Oh well. Death is but a necessary end.
Wait, he killed you? No! Oh my god, I have flashlight. I'm useless. Ah!
Fine. You're fine. I don't know what's up with this build though. What is he actually running? Oh, he's only running Bill's perks. Yeah, no, he might have genuinely been you. You might have been right on that one. This thing seems to know what she's doing somewhat.
If I was that Legion, I would stay on the thing instead of power. Yeah,
Wow.
that's what he did.
Actually, no, that was a stupid hit. I love it.
His best play here is camp.
This went well. I just want to point out that Bill decided to disconnect. So the Bill didn't want to wait 8 seconds or whatever just so he could get blood points. He'd rather just DC. God, I love this game.
Yeah, he's proxy.
I wish I could explain what I just seen.
Yeah, he's still going for it.
Yeah. So you know how you just didn't unhook, yeah? My ping's kind of the point that when you unhooked, it looked like they were being carried by the killer.
Lol.
10 out of 10.
Perfect game.
Not spaghetti code at all.
And the blindness doesn't help if she gets downed, because I won't know where she's hooked. And that was a dead zone, so I was definitely getting hit by the Legion.
Legion can win this easily, just down you both.
I'm just gonna keep trying to do the objective.
I mean, the plus side is thanatophobia isn't actually that much of a downside right now for you. Once people go out of the game, it gets weaker. Last I checked.
Oh shit!
This thing.
You know.
Yeah. This thing's not actually doing any gens or anything. La vida loca. Wish I could explain how broken this looks. So, when she's not healing or anything, she's still in the animation like she's being carried by Legion. So she's like a floating corpse right now. And now she's in a locker. I don't know if she'll rescue you or not.
I'm just gonna let loose because it's just too risky to let it rescue me. Especially with that skill.
She just keeps going back to Shack, by the way.
If she goes for me, she's stupid. She's stupid. Don't go for me. This is the kind of moment where I'm like, do not go for me. Search for
Legion already
eggs.
found them.
And in this situation, it's too risky to go for the unhook, in my opinion.
Yeah, but she's also screwed as far as I can tell, unless she finds Hatch.
Oh, I pressed continue. Stupid.
That's so good. I am just watching this match out quickly. I'll let you know if they win. I'm pretty sure she's screwed. Yeah, this is not worth watching out. Oh, no, she found Hatch.
Damn.
And then she spammed the flashlight.
And died.
No, she's just intentionally tormenting the Legion, so yeah, game's not finished. It's finished, it's just not worth watching out. So, yeah, I think that's
it for today.
safe place to call it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you usually do at the end of this, whether you just end it or if you go and do other things.
Basically, we end it and we look for the next target to raid. I should not show this. But yeah, thank you for coming on the show. Also, what the fuck? Amaret is still allowed on Twitch. I am so disgusted.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's the part that worries you?
Yes, that she's still allowed on Twitch for the things she does.
Yeah, that's an old one. Haven't heard that name come up in a while.
She constantly gets banned, but somehow, because Twitch, she brings Twitch money, she's allowed back. You know.
And yet, Dr. Disrespect got banned.
That is true.
To be fair, I think it was an understandable ban, but still, it was a mess. I mean, he's still doing things, just not on Twitch.
I think I know what we target. It's a Aussie streamer from Melbourne, an ex-wrestler. He's called The Worship. He's pretty cool. Unless you have somebody we can raid.
No one off the top of my head. I mean, I could always recommend the other members, you, which is what I'm part of, but I don't know if they'd have the time. So,
Alright. I'll read Worship because there's a lot of cool people there, and they're actually lovely. I think you'll enjoy them as well. But yeah, thank you for being my guest. Wait, did the raid thingy actually work?
why you type in /rate? Yeah.
Oh, invalid username. What?
You can copy paste their name if that's easier.
It's without an. Oh. Bruh, I mistyped it. But for the people who are subbed, you can use the emojis. For those who don't, you can just say "Furret Momrain."
Just
Also follow follow. Let me just do this. And yeah. See you all on Wednesdays for Feed Go Wednesdays, and thank you for being my guest.
Mm-hmm. I'm not good at that.